We are getting closer now to November and the 2020 election, and NBC's new digital channel LX wants to find out if there's still a glass ceiling for women running for the Oval Office. A new online survey told more than 2,000 adults to rate how men and women in politics perform overall, and women scored higher. Now, taking a look at the Democrats, the 2020 field has largely been dominated by men. 3 women are still in the race. Elizabeth Warren came in 3rd in Iowa, and 2 days ago, Amy Klobuchar came in 3rd in New Hampshire. Just a few days ago, Alex came to the Perot Museum in Dallas and asked a few questions like this one.
Do you think that you're going to see a woman president in your life?
Yeah, sure.
Soon?
I think so.
Of course, those two are a little young to weigh in this time around. So what do adults think? Joining us now, Noah Pransky, national political reporter with NBC's new digital channel, LX. Noah, this poll created a fictional woman, a fictional man running for president against each other as a Democrat. It gave them the same exact credentials and pitted them against President Trump. And the woman came out on top in a lot of the categories.
Yeah, I think if you told someone that there was bias in gender in America, nobody would be surprised. But the good news for women is that a lot of the bias is actually they like female politicians better. So the science behind this was pretty cool. We gave 1,100 people a fictitious male senator, 1,100 people a fictitious female senator, and the splits were actually kind of surprising that people didn't even realize what they were doing, but they were showing us that they were warmer to a potential female going up against Donald Trump. And that included categories like standing up for his or her policies, appealing to young voters, and working with the media. The science is really cool. We took voters and viewers behind the scenes in our latest story. Check it out at NBCLX.
So you talked to people in Dallas. You asked them their thoughts on whether men or women had the edge on key issues. Were those results in line with the national poll?
Yeah, they were. I mean, we did this little fun sample size in the Perot Museum, and the folks there were great. I want to say hi to all my friends that I made down there. But yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people had these kind of inherent biases, saying that women were better at certain categories of policy, like healthcare or education, women's issues, of course. And then they said the same for men. Men were better in their opinions on things like gun policy, national security, and foreign policy. So the more than 60% of people said that generally men and women function the same, but there's still a lot of inherent biases when it comes to how men and women handle policy different.
But the poll still found that voters are skeptical that the country is ready to elect a female president. What do you make of that?
So here's the one thing that we all need to get over. Apparently, voters and Americans say that women are qualified to hold high offices. We just haven't seen a lot of them because when we dug really deep, not into just what America's biases were, but why, what we realized through this poll, and our partners at Morning Consult were really great at this, we dug deep. It turns out the biggest barrier just seems to be the doubt that the rest of America is really kind of as progressive or up to par where everyone else seems to be, accepting a woman leader. So the fact that a lot of Americans are ready for a woman to be their leader, but they don't think others are, is actually really affecting that electability argument. So this poll kind of puts it to bed and says maybe it's time to just move past.
That's interesting. It's like they're afraid to vote for the person because they don't think anyone else will. Huh. All right. Thank you so much, Noah. And there's a lot more information in this poll from LX and Morning Consult. Go to NBCDFW.com to read more about those results. And you can watch Noah's story to see what people here in North Texas had to say. Just search LX.